It was the cold and ominous morning of January 5th, 2023, when Manuel Lopez, a weathered fisherman in his 50s, readied himself to set sail into the treacherous waters of the Gulf of California. Known as the Sea of Cortez, this vast expanse of ocean boasts a vibrant ecosystem, teeming with an array of marine creatures. Migratory species such as humpback whales, majestic manta rays, and ancient leatherback sea turtles call these waters home. Manuel, a seasoned diver and fisherman, heavily relied on the bounties of the sea to make a modest living. However, the Gulf of California harbored a menacing secret during December and January, a deadly migration of sharks in search of ample feeding opportunities. Rumors of these predatory beasts had been circulating among Mexican divers for days, with some unfortunate souls bearing witness to their terrifying presence. Most seasoned fishermen opted to wait out this difficult period, taking refuge on the land until the shark migration subsided. Yet for Manuel, the pressures of financial stability pushed him to take a harrowing gamble. The demand for seafood was high due to local scarcity, and Manuel couldn't afford to let this opportunity pass him by. On that fateful morning, Manuel embarked on his small vessel, accompanied by his two loyal companions who served as his tenders, ready to assist him on this treacherous journey. The plan was simple, yet fraught with danger. Manuel would scuba dive at depths ranging from 36 to 59 feet, risking his life to retrieve axe stripes, a prized type of mollusk sought after by many. Manuel would have to navigate the turbulent currents to find these elusive treasures, which surged and swirled with untamed energy. The waters churned with raw power, threatening to expose him to the watchful eyes of the sharks lurking just beneath his reach. Each dive carried him deeper into a world of uncertainty, where danger lurked with every passing moment. The ocean floor, shrouded with ethereal darkness, held the key to Manuel's fortune. It was a realm cloaked in mystery and teeming with hidden treasures, where the axe stripes lay buried beneath layers of sand and sediment. Yet this treacherous domain was not willing to surrender its secrets easily. As Manuel submerged beneath the surface, the weightlessness of the water enveloped him, a stark contrast to the gravity-bound world he left behind. Like a skilled predator, he assumed a position reminiscent of a foraging sea lion, his body gliding along the ocean floor with fluid grace. Little did he know that this seemingly clear resemblance would unwittingly draw the attention of a creature much deadlier than himself. The great white shark, an apex predator of the sea, patrolled the waters with an air of authority. Its sleek body, built for power and precision, moved silently through the depths, its predatory instincts honed over centuries of evolution. Hidden within the shadows, the shark observed Manuel's every movement, a silent observer, awaiting the perfect opportunity to strike. It wasn't just Manuel's posture that had captured the shark's attention. It was also the chaotic flurry of his fishing activity. The rapid movements, akin to a dance of survival, betrayed the presence of something valuable. Curiosity mingled with hunger in the shark's primal instincts as it grew increasingly intrigued by this unusual sight. As Manuel plucked the axe stripes from their sandy abodes, the ocean was infused with a concentrated scent of the shellfish. The aroma, released into the water with each successful harvest, traveled on invisible currents, reaching the keen olfactory senses of the great white shark. It was a tantalizing scent, an irresistible invitation that stirred the hunter within the creature. Intrigued and driven by its insatiable appetite, the great white shark approached Manuel with caution and curiosity. It glided closer, its movements graceful yet purposeful, drawn inexorably by the scent of the shellfish and the energy radiating from the diver's presence. Like a symphony of primal instincts, the shark's senses guided it towards its potential prey. Beneath the surface, amidst the silent depths, Manuel's world would soon turn into a waking nightmare. Suddenly, a colossal shadow materialized without warning, eclipsing the sunlight above. The monstrous shark emerged from the abyss with unnerving speed, its eyes fixed on its unsuspecting prey. Manuel, probably thriving on survival instinct, tried to react and flee from the predator determined to hunt him. But it was already too late. The vicious attack commenced with unimaginable fury. The shark's jaws clamped down with a bone-shattering force, severing Manuel's head from his body. Blood spilled into the water, an ominous cloud that enveloped the scene. The violence was unspeakable. The shark's relentless assault tore through Manuel's flesh, rending his shoulders in a gruesome display of primal power. His life was extinguished in an instant, consumed by the merciless predator. Seeing the ghastly spectacle, Manuel's companions stood paralyzed by sheer terror. They could do nothing but stare, their faces contorted with a mixture of horror and disbelief. The tranquil ocean transformed into a theater of unspeakable carnage, leaving Manuel's remains scattered and lifeless, a macabre offering to the depths. The once promising morning turned into a nightmare, forever etched into the minds of those who bore witness to the ferocious shark attack. The echoes of Manuel's screams and the grotesque aftermath would haunt them, a grim reminder of the ocean's unforgiving nature and the dire consequences of tempting fate. The gloomy clouds hung low in the sky, casting a somber pall over the shark-infested waters of Amity Point. Sarah Wiley, a young woman full of life and adventure, was visiting North Stradbroke Island with her friends from a church group. Unaware of the lurking danger beneath the surface, they reveled in the unspoiled beauty of the beach. Amity Point, a rural town of the northwestern point of the island, sat adjacent to the treacherous Rainbow Channel, the gateway to Moreton Bay. With its unpatrolled beach, this picturesque setting seemed idyllic, enticing Sarah and her friends to dip their toes into the murky waters. January 7, 2006 was a day of foreboding. The air was heavy with anticipation as the remnants of a storm churned the ocean, leaving the water tainted and dirty. The waves crashed with an ominous power, hinting at the danger lurking beneath. As a tourist, Sarah was unaware of the increased threat that came with such conditions. She was an experienced swimmer, water flowing through her veins since childhood. She ventured further into the depths with confidence, born from familiarity, oblivious to the horrors that awaited her. Marker buoys, ominous sentinels of doom, emerged before her. These buoyant harbingers marked the presence of drumlines, sinister traps designed to capture large sharks. A shiver of fear should have coursed through Sarah's veins, warning her to retreat. But eagerness and excitement veiled her intuition. Unbeknownst to Sarah, an invisible shadow had been lurking beneath the waves, biding its time, waiting for an opportune moment to strike. Oblivious to the malevolent presence closing in, Sarah's strokes propelled her toward her own unknowing demise. She reveled in the joy of the ocean, a taste of salt on her lips, and the exhilaration coursing through her veins. As the sun began its descent, casting a golden hue upon the water, Sarah's movements brought her closer to the safety of the shore. The anticipation of reuniting with her friends danced in her mind, a moment of shared laughter and tales of adventure awaiting her. But fate, cruel and unforgiving, had a different plan. In an instant, Sarah vanished beneath the surface, swallowed by the jaws of an unseen terror. Time stood still as her body was enveloped in a watery abyss, her heart pounding. Panic and disbelief overwhelmed her senses as she fought against the overwhelming force that held her captive. With a desperate surge, she burst forth from the depths, gasping for air. Terror etched upon her face. She unleashed a primal scream that pierced the tranquility of the beach. "Shark!" The word tore through the air, a chilling warning of imminent danger. The initial cries were met with disbelief. Laughter echoed along the shore as her friends and beachgoers dismissed it as a childish prank. Dolphins danced playfully in the water, deceiving onlookers into a false sense of security. But when the scream pierced the air once more, the collective realization of imminent danger sent shockwaves through the crowd. Josiah Tupple, a brave soul, reacted swiftly. Ignoring the lingering doubts, he plunged into the turbulent sea, his relative Hungu Tupple close behind. The water churned with an unseen menace as if nature conspired against them. Their hearts raced with dread and determination as Josiah and Hungu fought against the crashing waves, their desperate strides cutting through the tumultuous water. Each step forward with a battle against the treacherous current that seemed determined to impede their progress. With every ounce of strength they possessed, they closed the distance, their eyes wide with anticipation and fear. Finally, they reached Sarah, their breath ragged and adrenaline coursing through their veins. As they gazed upon her, a scene of unimaginable horror unfolded before their eyes. Sarah's once graceful arm, now severed by the relentless jaws of the predator, dangled lifelessly, a macabre testament to the cruelty that lurked beneath the waves. Blood mingled with the murky water, creating an eerie tableau of red swirling amidst the murky darkness. The jagged wound, a grotesque maw, revealed the raw and torn flesh beneath. It was a sight that would forever be etched in their memories, a haunting reminder of the relentless power of nature's apex predator. A surge of urgency filled their every movement as they grappled with the unimaginable reality before them. They knew that time was of the essence, that Sarah's life hung precariously in the balance. With trembling hands and an unwavering determination, they worked together, their collective strength striving to lift her fragile body from the clutches of the unforgiving ocean. Paramedics arrived, their presence a feeble glimmer of hope amidst the darkness. They fought valiantly to stem the tide of Sarah's blood, but her injuries were too severe, her body betraying her in the face of unrelenting brutality. The whir of helicopter blades marked her final journey, a futile race against time to save a life already slipping away. The news of the horrific attack spread like wildfire, casting a shadow over the entire stretch of coastline. Beaches were cordoned off, the haunting reality of danger demanding caution and respect. Investigators delved into the depths, searching for answers amidst the vast expanse of the ocean. Whispers of blame and questions of effectiveness surrounded Queensland's shark safety program, and its purpose was questioned. Locals with a melancholy resignation believed this tragedy to be inevitable, a consequence of visitors' disregard for the untamed power of the sea. Sarah Wiley's funeral became a somber gathering, a testament to a life extinguished too soon. Over 400 mourners paid their respects, remembering her infectious laughter and kind heart. Her death is etched in the annals of tragedy, a chilling reminder of the fragility of life. It was a sunny morning in January as Eric Norris, a seasoned abalone diver, and his son Mark set out on their routine dive off the coast of Cape Howe, Australia. The waters around Cape Howe were notorious for their diverse wildlife, from majestic whales and playful dolphins to sleek seals and colorful fish. The surrounding beaches and coastal dunes teemed with various bird species, while the lush forests hid kangaroos, wallabies, echidnas, and possums. Threatened species like the long-nosed potoroo, spotted tailquall, and majestic owl sought refuge in this natural haven. Eric and Mark descended into the deep blue depths, their eyes fixed on the seabed, approximately 26 feet below. Their prized catch, the abalone, lay hidden among the coral reef, waiting to be discovered. The experienced diver, Eric, focused intently on his task, ensuring that each abalone he collected was a perfect size. He meticulously examined every specimen, his movements precise and deliberate, before placing them carefully into a bag to be sent up to Mark, who waited patiently on the boat above. A sense of unease nagged at Eric, a subtle inkling that something was awry beneath the waves. But the gentle hum of his regulator and the mesmerizing rhythm of his breath lulled him into a false sense of tranquility. He drifted deeper into a daydream, his world fading into a light and motion blur. Suddenly, a primal force slammed into Eric's body with a bone-crushing impact. The sheer force felt as though a truck had collided with him underwater. He gasped for air, but found his throat constricted, caught between the razor-sharp jaws of a monstrous 10-foot great-white shark. Panic surged through his veins, his heart pounding in his chest. Eric fought against the predator's grip by summoning every ounce of strength and willpower. With his free hand, he desperately gouged at the shark's eyes, thrusting his fingers into the depths of the beast's abyssal gaze. The predator recoiled, momentarily stunned by the unexpected assault. Eric's lead-weight vest proved to be a saving grace, preventing the shark's teeth from puncturing his vital organs. Yet, the respite was short-lived. The great white, with its primal instincts urging it onward, resumed its brutal assault. It shook Eric violently back and forth, like a rag doll caught in the jaws of a relentless devourer. The creature's fierce determination to tear through his flesh sent agony through Eric's body, but Eric was not one to succumb easily. Defying his impending demise, he channeled every ounce of pain and fury into counterattacks. His fingers clawed at the shark's rough skin, his blows landing with force and desperation. Blood mingled with seawater, a gruesome testament to the harrowing struggle for survival beneath the surface. And then, in a moment of great disbelief, the great white released its iron grip. The sea turned crimson with the mingling of their life force. The predator circled Eric, a dark and ominous presence, patiently waiting for him to weaken further, a cunning tactic employed by these apex hunters. Heightened by fear and adrenaline, Eric recognized the dangerous game being played. Summoning every ounce of courage, Eric made a fateful decision. He knew he had to escape this watery graveyard before the jaws of death claimed him once more. Ignoring the excruciating pain, he propelled himself upward towards the surface with the utmost caution. Every muscle in his body screamed in protest, but he pressed on. His arms and legs spread wide like a grotesque otherworldly creature emerging from the abyss. As Eric broke through the surface, gasping for air, he locked eyes with a great white shark. Its menacing blackish-blue gaze fixated upon him, a sinister reminder that the predator's hunger remained unsatisfied. His voice trembled with urgency as he called out to Mark, who, alerted by the distress, acted with swiftness and determination. Mark extended a hand, pulling his father out of the water, just in the nick of time, narrowly evading the final strike of the relentless hunter. Battered and broken, Eric's body bore the harrowing evidence of his ordeal. He was rushed to the Wollongong hospital where skilled hands worked to mend his shattered form. His broken arm, broken nose, and lacerations inflicted by the shark's teeth required a staggering total of 75 stitches. It was a testament to his resilience and the quick actions of his son that he had survived the horrors that lurked beneath the surface. In the aftermath, Eric marveled at the weight of his lead vest, a simple piece of diving equipment that had become his shield against the jaws of death. He credited his unassuming accessory for saving his life, mitigating the severity of his injuries. Eric's story serves as a haunting reminder of the unforgiving power of nature and the fragility of human existence. The ocean's depths conceal wonders and terrors beyond our imagination, where life and death coexist in an eternal dance. From that day forward, Eric carried the scars of his encounter, a visceral reminder of the ferocious beauty that roamed the depths of Cape How's waters, forever etched into his memory.